My next question comes from John Commons. John describes himself as a former city councillor for Levenshulme. With the current increase in homophobia and transphobia being seen in our society and indeed locality, particularly in local web postings, what are your thoughts around this? And he's got a supplementary question is, furthermore, whether elected or not, will you be supporting and attending Levenshulme Pride this August? Zahid, would you like to start on that one, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you're saying, well, if you've got the mailer and you don't attend the mailer, that means you're racist. Or if you don't go to the carnival, that means you're racist. I think no, that's not true. If you're asking me if I'm homophobic, the answer is absolutely not. I support any local scheme, and I would endeavour to attend any local event, such as Levenshulme Pride. Of course, any kind of intolerance in society is not to be accepted, whether it be against women, whether it be against any particular community. It's not something that we should allow anymore, and we don't tolerate that. And you find that that this is the kind of thing that we want to stamp out. We want to make sure that people feel free to be themselves and to do the things and to dream and to fly, to soar. So if you're asking me, I mean, Levenshulme is a great example of what is possible in a city where you are open to do and be who you want to be. I think you can agree that. I mean, which other wards in the city have that? And you know, I'm not trying to say that other parts of the city aren't as good as Levenshulme. I think what I want to point out is that in this place there is something quite special, and I think that we should celebrate that.
Jeremy.
Thank you. Well, I will not only be attending Levenshulme Pride this year, but I'll be organising it. Along with a group of people who have built up over the years, I coordinate it. It was my suggestion 3 or 4 years ago. Well, I always miss out last year. Sorry about that. And that was as a direct result of an instance of homophobia on the A6 that was posted online, and people said that it was very sympathised and said that it was awful and it wasn't what Levenshulme was about. And so it was about a very Levenshulme thing to do is turn around and say, well, let's do a little bit more than that, and let's start up our own pride. And so, as I mentioned in the introduction, we started off with 6 venues. By 2019, we had 26 locations involved, and community groups, businesses, individuals involved across the whole diversity of the community. Every part of the community was involved, and it's now the largest free Pride in Manchester, outside the city centre, and obviously Manchester Pride. So that. And to address the other issue, I mean, I've been subject only very recently to homophobic abuse in the street, and I think I have to say, in the response to that, it's about how instances of transphobia or homophobia are dealt with. If people feel supported, because that was the original question as well about homophobia and transphobia, and I mean, I was disappointed in the way that was dealt with when I reported it to the police, and it was dealt with almost as a neighbourhood sort of dispute, as a sort of neighbour dispute, as some sort of disagreement. I think we should work together to actually take a strong line against all forms of hatred and abuse, regardless of what those are, whether they're homophobia, transphobia, racism, Islamophobia. Any kind of hatred or abuse should be really stamped on, and that is what Levenshulme is about as a community. I mean, the Levenshulme Pride is a perfect example of our community coming together in all its diversity. So I think it's really important that people don't look at these sort of problems and see difficulties and see barriers, that they see opportunities, and it's opportunities to link everybody across the community together, and to do that in a wonderful way, drawing on the creativity and the enthusiasm and the tolerance and the diversity of the people in Levenshulme. As I say, that's one of the reasons I love Levenshulme so much, is its diversity and the strength of the community here and the support of the community here. So it's really important to do those things, and to you know, to continue to do those things as a whole community.
Brilliant, thanks Jeremy.